even when I go gym, I could be going WizKid or I could be going gym. I could be going gym or I could be going WizKid. I'm going WizKid today. And regardless of what I'm doing, I always have a little piece of sauce. Even if I'm going gym, I have a young chain or a young something or whatever. I genuinely feel naked without wearing one of my favorite brands, Crafted London. And listen, you can get involved in this too. As I said, I'm just giving an example, innit? Gym, going to WizKid, going out on a date, hanging out with the man them, whatever it is. There's always something that you can just wear to just spruce up the vibes. So I'm here to let you know about my favorite brand, Crafted London. They're a sponsor of the podcast. You can get 15% off. They do all different types of stuff, by the way. It's not just chains. They do bracelets, rings, earrings, pearls. I know some people are on the pearls thing. Maybe you could, you know what I mean, style that in a certain way. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. But yeah, all you need is the promo code Hcpod. Go to Crafted London, use the promo code Hcpod. You'll get 15% off and yeah, live your best life. Also, just keep in mind in that too, that sometimes they do have deals as well. So if you catch them at a right time when they've got a deal on and then you slap the 15% on top of that, you are more than good. This is premium jewelry, and I do want to let you know as well too, yeah, is that if there's anything ever wrong with the jewelry, you can send it back and they'll replace it. Never happens though. I've had some of my stuff for time. You see me sometimes wearing some of the same chains and that, but they just go with everything, man. But in the meantime, between time, I'm back with Poet. Enjoy. Well, listen, I'm going to start off by like this. Death to the pussy who came in my car the other day and stole my shit. Do you know what happened, bro? Brother, let me tell you something, yeah? Remember? Bro, do you know what, yeah? Last recording, what did I do? Park up on Labrador High Road, yeah? Okay. Went Manchester. I'm saying, I'm on the high road. I'm right by the station. I'm good. You get what I'm saying? Good. Right? So obviously went Manchester, did my bit for the community and whatnot. Come back. I've got in my car now and I'm saying to myself, something feels off. I just thought, even the glove compartment was down. I'm like, Poet was in my car. Like, I know that you didn't go in my glove compartment. I didn't go in it. Yeah. So then I was like, oh, someone's gone in my car, but it's minor. There's nothing in my car anyway. So like, it doesn't really matter. I jumped in my car, I'm driving here. I thought, wait, let me just pull over quickly because my skates is in the back of my whip. Bro, I parked up, lift up the boot, my skates gone. My skates! Yeah? Death to the pussy who's got my skates. My Bowers, I'm just throwing them out there. My Bowers that got the red and black wheels, airwaves, yeah? And whatever else. But I shouldn't have left them in the back of my car.
But you're like size 3, so what the fuck are they stealing them for anyway?
No, bro, I'm a size 7.5.
Oh, sorry. Obviously, you don't take a look at your area. It's funny you should say that because Diggity also had his car broken into and it was in the same position as well.
Really?
Big back. You see it?
Yeah.
You see it? Big back.
Did that same thing happen to you as well, though?
Yeah, my boy was stolen outside.
Right outside the studio. I shouldn't look. I needed to learn a lesson. Let's be clear here. There's a lesson in there for me. Just don't leave my skates in the back of the car. That was it. Nah, I mean, look, like if I didn't have my skates in there, it wouldn't have been a problem. But I left my skates in the back, and I've always said to myself, Chuck, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't leave your skates there like that. You know, you should just. But it's just convenience because I want to be. You know what it is, Poe? Yeah. I don't usually plan to skate.
It's just a spontaneous thing.
I'm out. I might be out. We could be recorded now, whatever. Boom. Someone might, and I ain't got nothing to do in the evening. Someone says, you know what? We're over here. I just drive over there one time. As long as I've got a tracksuit on, I'm not wearing jeans or whatever. I'll just go there and just do my little thing for a couple of hours and then just bounce.
Shout out, Renee.
Yeah. Honorable shout out to Renee. Honorable shout out to Amy as well. Also honorable shout out to Antonio. But flipping. Bro. So now I've got to learn a lesson. The lesson is don't leave my skates in the back of the car. And then, because of that, I have to make an action. The action is I don't leave the skates in the back of my car. I leave them in my yard. But then that's a light hindrance because now it takes away the spontaneity of wanting to be able to just go out and just touch the road.
But you need to take a look at the situation. Bro,
Go.
you got your stuff broken into upstairs. Diggity in a similar position to you, and you as well have been your car broken into. And you're saying don't leave skates in the car. I look at it differently.
Go on then.
Don't leave skates in the car when you're on Ladbroke High Road. Everywhere else seems to be safe.
Yeah, I hear that.
But Ladbroke, there's something in the air where people just want teeth. You know what Ladbroke Grove reminds me of as well?
Go on.
Not all that glitters is gold. Because you come down here, it's quite beautiful.
I hear that.
It's quite nice houses, nice people. But you can't even leave skates in a car. It's like glitter on shit.
You know what? Ladbroke Grove is it's a weird one, you know.
Glitter on shit.
Literally, because it is like on one side, it is richness. It is wealth. And on the other side is absolute smoke and like grease.
But there's no sides. It's not apartheid over here. It's interracial.
Yeah, it's all mixed in.
It's all mixed. You could have a great looking building with a goon coming outside in skates that look very similar to yours.
Yeah, trust me.
This is the way it is.
Because literally one of the yards, could be like a homeowner has got owns that and they live there with their family and whatever else and whatnot. Conversions, this, that, and the fourth and that, yeah. And then the next one
is Desmond.
Is a housing thing or whatever, and it's just a fucking trap house.
Yes.
It's literally a trap house. It's fucked.
West London, honestly, they got it so right and they got it so wrong at the same time. Because they're preserving culture, which is nice, but they're trying to dress it up with these nice buildings. You just need to make it a little bit more clear what it is. West London come like LA. It come like LA. You could just be walking in LA, yeah, and it's nice. Brother, you just turn one left. You're in the hood. I'm like, you're fully in the hood.
You're in Skid Row.
You just don't even, brother, you don't even think, how did I get here?
Yeah,
I've been in Miami with Miami. I've been in Miami with Uge. The sun's out. You're seeing houses that you saw in music videos. You're thinking it's safe. Then you see 100 Haitians around one barbecue. This isn't safe. I'm seeing Kodak black, white, orange, green. This isn't safe. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. So that's how West London is to me. That's why I like Tottenham. It is what it is.
Yeah, Tottenham.
You go farm.
It's just smoke.
It is what it is.
It's just smoke.
Don't go farm thinking this looks nice. You go farm thinking, where's the exit?
It is smoke.
Come
in
on.
Tottenham, that's the area where you can catch a whole bunch of madness on your Ring doorbell. Listen.
You know the ones on the Ring doorbell.
Hey, I saw mad footage of someone on the Ring doorbell, by the way, walking down the street or whatever. Someone's pulled up on the bike.
In Edmonton?
Yeah, asking, what did he say? He said, he asked, where are you from? Like, Wood Green or some shit like that. I don't know. The Don just seemed like he was minding his business. All of a sudden, you just hear, bye! I'm like, oh my God, bruv. What type of thing is that the man's got? Have you seen, you know what I'm talking about?
There needs to be a Instagram or a Twitter which just has Ring videos. And I'm over there. Because they've got some wild videos on this thing. The one you're speaking about, though, yeah, it is wild. I think it was in Edmonton.
Yeah, bro.
It's wild,
like,
wild.
What type of gun is that? I'm saying to myself, that sounds like a sawn-off.
Brother, what kind of life are you living when you can't walk home?
Which one is it? Which one is it?
Told you, Edmonton.
That one there.
Remember what did I tell you about Edmonton? Chuckie, do you know what? In my whole lifetime...
Sorry, this is it. What is it? Can you hear it? Edmonton, yeah? Oh, where you going? Oh, shit, I've been following that case, by the way. What one? Bye! Bye! This is crazy.
Do you know what people want us to realise as well? Because this used to happen to me when I was younger. You go to Hackney just to go to some food shops and stuff like that. Where ends you from? And you might, I'm from Tottenham because like, you're a good boy. And now you're in altercation. I want some of the people in the world to understand this. A lot of us are there because our parents don't have enough money, so therefore the council places us there. Right. If it was up to us, I'd be in Hampshire. But now I'm in Tottenham.
Right.
I don't want to be there. I just happen to be there. So there needs to be it broken down into two sections. The people that fully rep that area, like they was there because they wanted to be there, they deserve the smoke. You see the brothers like me, we're just trying to get out. Leave us alone.
Yes,
Them brothers look like, I could be wrong, but them brothers there to me, just like they're trying to get home.
Yeah, they look like that. You know what? I know it's difficult, and I know, like, obviously at the time when things are happening and whatnot, you don't really think straight. But you know what? More time, if someone's approaching me like that and asking me which area I'm from, I'm saying Bristol. I'm just saying something just so off. I'm not saying an area that has got any type of history of anything. I'm not claiming Peckham.
Nope.
I ain't claiming Hackney.
Nope.
If you're approaching me like that, I'm from Hemel Hempstead. What are you gonna do? You're gonna fucking lick off the thing? There's no way that you can have some type of problem with someone from Hemel Hempstead. There's no way. Hatfield.
Brother, where you from? I live in central London.
Right. Yeah, I live in Oxford Street.
The middle.
Yeah, Oxford Street.
I want problems with
Marylebone Road.
Marylebone Road. I'm currently staying in Mayfair. I don't want no... Brother, I told you what happens when I go abroad. When I go abroad, where you from? Jamaica.
Right, yeah.
I don't ever say I don't want you to know that the passport is burgundy and should be black. I don't want you to know them things there. I'm going to the green thing soon. More on my Jamaican passport. Freedom.
Yeah, loudly. I'm with you on that still.
61st most powerful passport in the world. No, this is going on.
Hey, do you know what? Yeah, put up the British gas thing.
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy.
British Gas has reported half year, by the way. This is not a whole year. This is half year profit. Half year record profits of 969 million. Profit. And you know what? Without getting into the, like, firstly, I don't know if anyone ever listens to, like, I listen to LBC a lot. Okay. Yeah. And
can you say pardon?
Yeah, that I have thought. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, say pardon, my G. EA just farted, man, casually in front of the man.
This is big facts.
Anyway.
Oh, now you want to edit?
Right, yeah. So anyway, now, literally just what was it? A couple of days ago? No, was it yesterday or the day before? They were having a segment about people that are struggling with rent. Yeah. So, you know, there's like a housing crisis at the moment or whatnot. It's been like this for quite a while. Yeah. And even with the rates that are going up at the moment, it's just all weird. So for example, the rates have gone up. So see, like landlords, people that own like multiple properties and stuff like that. Yeah. Let's just say that the money that they were making every month from each property, they were, you know, using for, I don't know, just to live their own life. Like
the freedom money
they were using
the little freedom money they were getting.
Yeah. So just like as just a basic breakdown. Let's just say, for example, the mortgage is £400 and you're renting a place for £1,000 or something like that. So that little piece of money now, you know what I mean, every month is nice. You can do what you need to do with that. Plus, also, if there's anything that goes wrong with the yard, you can use a bit of that money to go and fix it and whatnot. And then you just do that until the mortgage clears. The rates have gone up now, which means that the margin is not there anymore. Like that £600 profit that they might have made is now gone. Yeah,
completely.
So, yeah. The, like mortgages have gone all the way up. So like some people's mortgages have gone from like maybe like £650 to like 1,500. It's mad.
What?
Yes, it's mental.
Man, so wanted the man to buy new houses as well.
Say that again.
A man then wanted to go. My father did say just rent. Why?
No. Do you know what? That's a different conversation because you could still buy. It's just if you want to be a landlord, there's no monthly money in this thing anymore. Like you would have to do it for the long run. You would have to do this thing. Yeah. Obviously, have it people rent it out or whatever, and then once the mortgage clears, at least you've got all that money there. If you want to sell the yard, you can sell it. But in regards to the money that you might make monthly, it's not going to happen. So what happens with landlords is that if the rates have gone up like that, some of them are then saying to their tenants, you know what, we need a little bit more money from the rent. So you know you could just imagine the person who's just about already can afford this little piece of this rent here that they're having to pay. Now it's gone up even more. It's even more difficult for them. Yeah. So it puts them in such a mad, strenuous position So even with the landlords, but we'll go into that at another time. I just want to talk about the people that are that super directly affected by that, which now means that you're having people that are having to move out even further, or they don't even know where they're going to get their next thing from, because it's fucked, bro. There's so many people. When you listen to LBC and you hear like the people calling up and you hear the situations that they're in, yeah, it's so dire. I'm getting so much people that message me every once in a while saying to me, you know what, Chucks, want to have this person on the pod to talk about property and this person on the pod. I just tweeted this yesterday. I was like, I get all of these messages from people saying that they want someone to come on and talk about like how to invest in property. And I feel like right now that's a really insensitive conversation to have when there's so much people that can't even afford their rent. I can't have that conversation right now. I just can't even do it. But now, scurry into this, because remember, a part of this is people are paying X amount of money on their rent, maybe even on their mortgage, and then the bills have gone up on your gas and electric and everything else, yeah. They've reported a damn near £1 billion profit in half a year, and you know what? We're going to do nothing about it.
But you know what though?
I ain't finished.
Oh, carry on, sorry.
We are going to do not a single thing about it.
What do you want us to do?
My thing is this. Unpopular opinion. Break something.
Like the French?
Mash up. Whatever it is, we need to mash up. Mash up some stuff. We're going to, bro, if we don't do something, and maybe this is not the right thing for me to say. You know, I could maybe get into trouble for this. Give me a different solution. Because right now, this is not, did you not see the Shell prices the other day? What their profits? Theirs was the same as well, wasn't it? Like, bro, it's absolute insanity. We are being pushed to an uncontrollable limit. And our problem is, Poet, we keep adapting to it. At some point, we have to stop adapting.
Or we go home. But no, I do hear where you're coming from. I do hear where you're coming from. I do actually hear where you're coming from. Chuck, this is the thing though. In 2012, when the riots happened, the results of that were, I'm sure, didn't tax go up? Didn't we have to start paying more tax? And then there was more police on the roads. I remember like 75% of youth provision was closed down.
Is this the Duggan?
Yeah,
okay.
That riot there. And obviously we spoke up, we smashed up things, but then essentially the public had to kind of, especially in Tottenham, had to kind of pay for it, I guess. Do you know what I'm coming from? More long term. Yeah. So I'm up for a little riot. I like a little bit of noise. The only problem is, it seems like when it happens in Paris, this is absolute ignorance, by the way. When it happens in Paris, the fact that they continue to do it leads me to believe that there's no real repercussions for them doing it. Whereas in this country, when we do it, they go, we just put a little price up in there and turn up this. Like, we have to pay for the damages that we inflict. And right now, can we afford that?
No, we can't. So but do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Po? I think that, like, what we have done, which is wrong, I think, yeah, even in, I understood why we obviously rioted and stuff, yeah, but I think that we mashed up the wrong things. So we were like, the people that we were affecting were people just like us.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You're right.
And there's not going to be a change if I go and lick down Boss Man's shop and go and teeth some sweets and that. I'm not affecting anything there. I'm just affecting his thing. And then I ultimately affect my thing because that's my local shop. You get what I'm saying? So, like, when I say mash up something, I'm not saying, you know, we go on our high road and then start mashing up that. But I don't know what it is that we need to mash up. But we got to do something. Or we have to collectively, which is the difficult thing, is turn around and say, let's all agree that we're not going to pay. There can't be one person who's going to turn around and say, oh, do you know what, I'm a bit too pussy. Everyone has to do it.
How about we do it now as well, because it's hot. So you don't even need heating.
I mean, hot is the fucking debatable.
Yeah, but you don't really need heating that much right now. So if you want to not pay your gas, this could be the right time.
Yeah, this is a great time.
Let's not do it for a month and see what happens. I'm with you. There's something needs to be done, Chuckie, because the worst thing about everything is things are progressively getting worse.
Yeah.
We're consistently speaking about a new financial restraint on the public. And cause I'm just thinking about all types of things that go up when this goes up. Surely divorce must go up. Surely domestic violence must go up. Surely, like, there must be so much other things that go up because when stress levels are increased, all type of problem are opened up.
100%.
So and there has to be an objective. Like, there needs to be someone that's kind of planned this shit out and has said these are the, you know, possible repercussions of it on the public. And I don't think they seem. It's just very insensitive. It's like if you know these could potentially be the outcomes, why do you keep making it worse? Like I would love to know their overall objective. There needs to be some type of objective. Is it to purify London to the point where in which it's just full of the rich and to make
this
the
is this here is a country thing. This ain't a London thing.
Yeah, but obviously,
a country thing.
But that's what I'm saying to you. But in London, it's very expensive. So the matter, this could be a country thing, but this won't affect me that much if I lived in flipping Manchester. It will still affect me, but not as much as it. Okay.
I'll tell you why. Because remember, it's subject to like, if you're living in a certain area, and you work in that area, then you could be paid accordingly to that area.
That's a very good point.
You might benefit if you live in that area but work in London.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, then speaking personally for me, definitely. Then you're right, 100%. In my working position, like I know certain people that may have to be forced. Luckily for me, maybe not, but I know some people that be forced to maybe come in the outskirts of London and having to commute into London in order to work, purely because it'd be too expensive for them to deal with all of the things that London have to throw at you. Like just day to day in London is mad, bro. Like just day to day. So you throw this into the equation, it's like, cuz, you mean there's nowhere for me to escape? I leave my house. It might be even more expensive to leave your house than stay in right now. Like this is crazy.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Because we do. Like, to save money, I'm going out. Yeah,
literally. Because if you stay in your yard and you turn the heating on and all of that, then boy, that's money. That's money. If you can go and find, you know what, some people are probably better off doing, going outside and anytime you want to go and get a little something to eat. Remember on the estate and that when you had the little petals with the rascal berries and that on them.
Oh, is that what we're doing now? Is that what we're doing?
You might have to do that. That's lunch now. But you know what? Take away the joke element of it. Like it's fucking crazy. Like the country is so broken, and it's so funny to me. Like it's not funny, but it is funny to me when I think about the arrogance of like what this country is built on, and the patriotism of like this place of being the best place in the world and that like. And it's like, raw, like, look at what is going, like, look at what is going on here. It is, look at this. Look at this. Do you know how much $1 billion is in profit, bro? $1 billion.
In profit, bro.
Half a year. That's not a whole year, you know. This is half a year. Like, I could see it. I understand it if we're just coasting and, you know what I mean, everyone's just cutting through however they're cutting through in that. But in this time, if you go outside and you speak to people about what situations that they're in, it's mental, bro. Like, it's actually really, really bad, you know?
This is why I don't like the energy of get the bag. I hate that energy. Because if I have it, surely everyone has it. If it's that common. Surely the most people that are in the best positions have it as well. So when they say get the bag, it must be different to when I say get the bag. So whoever's in control of this situation right here, if their mentality is...
Rotted.
Bro.
It's done.
Is it? It's him trying to get the bag. It's just, if they're trying to get the bag as well, it just seems like the only people inconvenienced are the working class and even the middle class to a certain extent.
The middle class are definitely being pushed as well now. Like with all of the rates and that, it's nuts. It's actually nuts.
Why is it one thing after the other in this country as well? So I don't want to venture too far away from this situation, but again, making it centered around London. Sorry, everybody else.
Well, it's not because, bro, this affects everybody in this country.
But why is it one thing after the other in this country? Because there's going to be something else, Chuckie. Give it 2 months.
You know why? Because you see, like with things like inflation,
okay,
it just affects everything. Because then this goes up, then that goes up.
Shell,
this
gas. So what's the next thing to go up?
Everything goes up, bro. Do you know this Evian piece of water is now £1.25?
How is Evian £1? Wow.
This used to be 50p.
So what has changed within this bowl for it to be 75p more? What have you given me more?
Inflation. I mean, what? Nothing. Everything is expensive, bro.
So the justification for everything getting bigger is nothing.
Huh?
So the justification for things becoming more expensive is nothing. Because I've asked you what's happened in order for that to change. Because I'm seeing all of these things going up. And I can keep discussing how bad it is, but I'm like, but why is it happening? I really want to know inflation. All right, cool, but what's happening?
Well, they'll blame it on bare different shit, innit? Like, you know, one of the things that they'll try to make you, they'll try to like throw in the mix is immigration. They'll try and do that.
Serious?
Another thing that they'll try and throw in the pot is, you see, like, See, like the loans then that people would get taken from banks and whatnot during COVID, they'll probably throw that in the pot. They'll blame Ukraine. Yeah, that's the next
They're
thing.
blaming Ukraine.
And Russia, yeah. Like they'll everything, exactly. Yeah, all of these things get thrown in the pot. It's all mad, but it's just crazy. And I mean, look, you throw these things in a pot, but at the end of it all, you're telling me that a company that we use has made £1 billion in profit in half a year.
So their thing's gonna be, well, you lot are finding the money. Brother, we're scraping right now.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Honestly,
why do we not riot enough?
I want
push that aside. Why do we not do that enough?
Because this country is built upon fear. A lot of it is built upon fear and control. A lot of it is built on manipulation. I speak to people in ethnic backgrounds in this country that are really happy to be here.
Mm-hmm.
What? Nigga, you got kicked out of your country, but you're not there because you want that. If it was up to you, you'd be speaking your native tongue where you were. You have to come here in order to work, and you're happy to be here. So I think there's a lot of social conditioning in this country that makes you believe that you should be more grateful for what you have than you should. And I just don't understand why anybody from an ethnic minority who's left their country originally, probably because of the British, should now be happy with British gas. This just doesn't make any sense to me.
But
why
obviously we're still a minority, and the other majority are not doing it. But I think it is because of a bit of what you just said there. It's like there's still that social conditioning of, well, we are England and we should just be grateful for, it's better than everywhere else. They'll point fingers at different countries and stuff like that and say, well, at least it's not like that, and at least it's not like this. But
they love that type of thing.
Homelessness has gone up. What was there? I saw that just recently as well. If there's a stat where it's like, homelessness is at its highest since records began. I'm sure I even saw that either yesterday or today.
So why don't we riot enough, Chuckie? Why don't you want to riot?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm close to it.
Oh.
I'm close to it. But the thing is, though, what I don't want to do is I wouldn't want to do it wrong. Because, as I said to you before, we've done it and we've just mashed up the wrong things.
I hear you. We have to... Yeah.
So we need a bit more of a plan.
But the killer is like, obviously, this country's built on a lot more tradition. So, like, if you're trying to go number 10 or Buckingham Palace or anything that they take care of, big man, you can't even touch swans in this country. They will lick you down. I don't really know the rules and regulations elsewhere.
There's always powers in numbers, though. If the right amount of people touch the road, there's not enough. There's nothing they can do. But we don't do that.
But it's like, for example, when I went to Washington recently, shout out my boy Aaron. He took me to the White House, right? And I went to a side I hadn't been on. And he showed me where Trump had spoken to, obviously the people came outside, done that whole big riot, but it was all a plan. And once Trump was on the phone call, apparently there's a video of Trump saying, yeah, let them in now. They've jumped into the White House now. They've killed people in the White House. These white people have done bare madness. Bare madness because they're not happy with the state of the country and so on and so forth. I don't think we have enough mad white people like that in this country.
No, but that's exactly. That was
we need that. We need them white people that are like, do you know what? Irrespective of whatever you think, this is what we think our country is built upon. Even if I wasn't to agree with it, they need to be a group of white people like, do you know what? This is getting out of hand. We don't like it.
Right.
And then they have to riot. Right. Because for us to riot in their country doesn't feel right. Because it's almost like a stranger coming into your home and then telling you what to do. Where's the group of white people in this country that are like, you know what? Today I don't feel like being a cool Cajun. I want to mash up something. Where are you lot? Because I'll back you. I'm saying, I don't even know what it'll be about, allegedly, but I'll back you.
Right. But there's a small group of people that are always willing. I mean, you go to Oxford Street and sometimes you see like a few thousand people with some boards and a couple things and whatnot.
That's dead.
Listen, most case scenario, you might get like maybe a young 20,000 people and whatnot. But I know if I'm running the country, or you know what, I'm running an organization or whatever it may be, I know, yes, on a Saturday while people are off work and it is convenient for them to be outside touching the road and whatever, I know that in a few days' time, this is going to be fish and chips paper. So just leave them. But it becomes a different thing if 3.5 million people, 7.9, 10.2 start touching the road. You start having to listen to that one a bit differently. Because Huh?
Yeah and no though.
Big man, you can handle 20,000 or 50,000 people. You see what is the population of the UK? Was it like
65 million.
65 million. All right, cool. So then what? Okay, let me up that a little piece then. Let's say like a 33.6
million.
Yes.
Crazy.
Touch the road.
That's
you
crazy.
got to listen to that
You
now.
have to. Now it's mad. It's Jumanji.
Yeah, now it's mad because you don't know what, like,
It's Jumanji. The animals come. You have to listen to.
You've got to listen to that because you don't know if they touch the road again. You don't know how this is gonna pan out.
It needs to be something like that, 100%. But
there's never enough of us, bro.
It needs to be less minorities and more majorities. I need the Tommy Robinson crowd to unify and say, you know what? We don't like the way this
They
things
are
are going.
active, to be fair.
Huh?
They are active.
Then get more active. Go number 10. Go Buckingham. Get Spray to get them and go there. Because the moment they're more active and more visible, and because they might be active right now, but they're not visible. This is one thing I like about the Paris guys. They are active in a place that you cannot avoid. When I went to go, what is it, January, I went to Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
They use Fashion Week, the time where there's going to be the most cameras, the most attention, everything, to be active in the places that should be focused around fashion. Now you can't avoid it. Now even me coming to France, I can't avoid it. I got my mum hitting me up like, hey, you're all right? I'm seeing what's happening in Paris. I don't know how they're operating over here. And I'm not asking you to do national events. But if you did like the Premier League opening game of the season, you went to a couple of grounds and said, you know what, scrap this. No football I go on till this energy crisis thing is sorted out. All of a sudden, you're going to start seeing a lot of people like, what's this got to do about football? Well, no football I go on until that I go on. All of a sudden, you're taking away people's joy. A couple more EDL people might go, do you know what? Let's all join. I think things like that will make a situation. But if you're just doing it Tuesday at 5 o'clock, nothing's really going on, no cameras about, man can avoid it, bro.
100%. And then, you know what? I think more so what you said before, the conditioning is too strong, man.
Very strong.
The conditioning is way too strong because I think it's in people's hearts and even in their minds that this is just like, it's going to get so much worse before it even starts to get better. Yeah. And what does that worse look like? But at the moment, it's not enough to break the conditioning in people's minds to feel like they need to do something about this right now. And it's a shame because it is affecting so much people. It's affecting everyone.
I think we're to blame as well.
Go on.
I told you about opinions and lack of progression around opinions. With the rise of podcasts, it's the rise of conversation, it's the rise of discussion, which is the rise of opinion, which I feel halts progress. So I think instead of us just knowing the right thing, we have to have multiple discussions about the right thing. And I'm just really upset as grown adults, you have to have multiple discussions about what the right thing is to do. But this is wrong. I don't think you need to have multiple discussions about it. I think you have to figure out ways in order for you to reverse this situation here. That's the only thing where there should be multiple discussions. But the fact that there's multiple discussions about whether it should go up or down, that's my issue. And I just feel like the moment LBC get a hold of it, Sky News get a hold of it, all of these publications that have a lot more influence and power than us, they make it a discussion. So even the thing that you walked into the room with saying, this is wrong, you walk out the room going, maybe I'm wrong. And that's my problem with this country. It doesn't empower the right thing. It empowers opinion. It empowers conversation. And I'm not always a big fan of that, which is kind of hypocritical coming from me.
No, I hear that still. I hear that. Homelessness rates in England hit 5-year high.
Do you mean 5-year high?
It's mental, bro. You know there's like enough people that are going to move to live on a canal. You know that you already have like a lot of people that do that anyway, but a lot of people are like trying to figure out ways to just, you know, like be able to just live.
Don't they understand there's a knock-on effect in society, just in life? There's a ripple effect where if homelessness is going to increase and poverty increases, just from looking at the world globally, wherever there's a high amount of poverty, there's a high amount of crime rate.
Yeah. I mean, bro, look, can I be honest with you?
Go on, fam.
One, car thefts is like a super common thing, even more so now. And two, do you know what? Do you know what, Po? I'm not even mad at it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I don't blame you for
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because right now it's a shit show. You know what? If you can take the skates and get a little one from them, you know what? The game is the game, innit? Man are trying to eat out here. That is literally the thing. Bro, I literally thought that when I was in my car, yeah, I was obviously annoyed about it, but I was thinking, I understand.
Oh no, I forgot to say, my laptop's got licked down.
I understand.
My laptop's been licked down.
Where was it?
In my bag somewhere. It's been licked down, fam. Look, went to my bag, laptop gone.
I understand.
And do you know what? Now you're thinking about it. I was upset for a day. I get over shit quickly anyway, but I understand. You're right.
Yeah, man.
Sold that. Got
Go and sell that. Just make sure you get the maximum that you can get out of that. Don't just take my thing and just give that, you know what I mean, and then sell it for a 10 or 20. Try and get the maximum that you can get out of that. See with your laptop.
Just text me. You told me you stole it, so I can stop looking for it.
Right, yeah. But see with your laptop, get the maximum from that. You get what I'm saying? Don't just give that on a little young £20 or a score. Or you know what I mean? Try and get a 2/5 out of that. If you can get a 2/5 out of that, man can't be mad.
Well, at least get me a drink then. For sorrel and ginger. What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
Chuckie, this is actually bad, you know, because I reckon we can find a load of podcasts in the past where we've definitely spoken about things progressively getting worse within this country. I remember 2018, 2019, my whole petition to send me back to Africa.
I remember that, yeah.
Like, but it's only because I think we were always discussing the possibility of things being this bad. And now we're saying, the podcast ain't going nowhere. No. So I'm very interested to see in 5 years' time what this looks like. Homelessness, energy. Are we blaming Ukraine and Russia in 5 years' time despite the fact it's got fuck all to do with us? Like, these are all the things that I really want to...
The housing interest rate.
Rent. Podcasts.
You know, can I just even with the renting element, I just want to throw this in the mix as well, yeah? Because it's so difficult, yeah. Do you know what is happening, bro?
Right.
So, people, yeah, are trying to find places to live. They'll find a place, yeah. It will say that the rent is this much. But then someone else will come and bid and say, no, do you know what? I'll give you this. Then someone else comes in and says, well, I'll give you that. And then what happens is people just keep bidding until it gets to a point where someone like takes it at the highest bid. But the person who takes it at the highest bid is taking that based upon just survival. So when they get in there now, they're having to pay this monthly thing that they can barely afford, but they need the property. Like, that is a super common thing. One of the landlords texted on the radio station saying, listen, like, he's put his thing up to rent, yeah? What did he say? He said he had, I think it was like 250 applicants. He can't even go through all of that. But what he really should do is, the price is the price, first come, first serve. It just shows you how much people are looking for properties. But some people are saying, well, do you know what? My mortgage is up anyway. So if my mortgage now is 1,500, yeah, and I was going to rent this place for 1,300, I can't do that anymore. Can't really rent it for 1,500 either. I'll put it for maybe 1,700. You put that there for 1,700. Someone else comes in and says, you know what? I'll give you 1,800. Give it to me. All right, cool, I'll give it to you. But you're giving it for 1,800. Do you know what? $2,000. I'll give you $2,000. By the time this thing stops, yeah, remember, this is a working class or even a middle class person that is doing this. They end up taking it at their absolute maximum. Now let's break down how much they might be making a month. If you're making, let's be generous here and say 3,500 a month. 3,500.
Very generous, by the way.
I'm being very, very generous. Take away $2,000 out of that. That's just your rent. Now you've got to pay for this, that, all kinds of stuff. By the time you finish now, you got maybe a few £100 for the month to live.
Can't go Chuckie's dance.
No, he's dead now. He's dead now.
Brother, and then why you for Smile Daily? I just, honestly, this country here doesn't make no sense to me.
Do you know what? I used to, like, when we were discussing some of the, I'm not going to go too much into this, but this came up in the WhatsApp group one of the times when we was discussing the events and that, where like I was always feeling really uncomfortable about raising ticket prices. I don't like that conversation.
I hate it.
I don't like it. I really don't like it because of the climate that we're in. But what is so weird is that things sell out so fast. Not just us, just in general, things sell out so quick. But I think one of the reasons why things sell out so quick is because irrespective of all of that, people are looking for escapism.
They need escapism. We need it. It's just so mad that it comes at such a price where some people go to a dance and they have to position an angle when they're getting this one juice or two juices.
Right,
we're here for 3 hours.
Yeah, right.
So we have to make sure we get this drink 1 hour into the dance. Also go to
if
the
you
bar
come and stand there with
your
your listen, if you come there and stand there with your long arm, I understand.
Oh, so do I. At least you're here.
Right.
At least you're here.
Right then.
Fill your belly and get little juice beforehand.
And you saw Bryson Tiller.
And come check me, man. I might get you a drink.
Yes,
Depends on how I feel.
Hey, can we just say this as well? One time, early on in the R&B and Slow Jam event, this must have been our second one. How am I getting there, yeah? I've got there and multiple people on my life.
Yeah.
On my life. This is no joke here. Multiple people came up to me and was like, yeah, Poet's here. He got me a shot. He got me a shot. He got me a drink. Poet's here. Listen, you see, by the time the dance done, hey, man, them was so drunk, boy. It was so funny.
Because it's your dance, so we have to make it live.
Right.
And on top of that, I don't like that you're coming to my friend's dance and you're sitting there push up fierce.
Yeah, long arms.
I'll get the juice. Let's just have a good time. Why you gotta sit
Loosen
here
up.
miserable? Stay home.
Loosen up.
Stay home.
Loosen up.
Man's paid. You're going out your way to be upset, and Chuckie's going crazy. Slicky's there as well.
Yeah, honourable shout out to Slick.
Come on, fam. It was a great dance, man. You
Strongly.
smash every time. But yeah, honestly, Chuckie, I hear you. That's why even with the Vibra events, I always try and get a drink sponsor. I always want it to be free. I don't want it to be costing anything. Cause I'm like, everything day to day is just far too expensive in this country. Far, far too expensive. So people have to handpick and choose the things that you need to do because they want to have fun.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay for something and then halfway through they're like, this is dead. I get it. So if I make it free, you can't complain.
Nah, can't. Should we go to some music?
We can.
20 years since Boy in the Corner, Dizzy Rascal. 20 years.
Some people don't make
You know,
a
it's
project like
mad. It's crazy. Like, there's a few albums that are coming up that are on there 20 years as well. Like, I think next year's 20 years of Home Sweet Home, Kano, which is like, I can't wait to talk about that. But yeah, Boy in the Corner, Dizzy Rascal, 20 years, you know? 20 years. What a fucking time, bro.
What makes it crazy is some of the subject matters are still relevant now.
Yeah.
He's crazy. The fact that he produced.
He produced pretty much all of it, didn't he?
Yeah, but he wrote it, obviously, arranged it.
Yeah.
Like, and he was a young man. Real young man. So the fact that he done all of this at probably the tender age of like 18, 19, won a Mercury Award, the people them come to his yard. Like, honestly, everything about this album, the artwork, everything, what he's wearing, to me, this is genius.
Yeah, it is, man. The trainers.
It's so iconic, fam. It's so iconic. And do you know what? Donnie was making history, he wasn't even aware.
He wasn't aware, bro.
Just living his life.
And do you know what the thing is? We were there as a part of this sort of community and vibe and culture, not even realizing what was going to happen off that either. I'll always remember the time when I first heard Stop That. Because I heard the instrumental first.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the station? Was it Ice FM? I think it was Ice FM, yeah. One of the DJs played the instrumental to Stop That. And I remember thinking, wow, what is that? Man was barring over this tune or whatever, yeah. And I thought the tune would play it quickly. Stop That.
It used to be faster though.
Yeah, it did. But I think DJs were just like playing it.
Oh.
'Cause that's what they should do. Play it and just speed it up.
But I mean, I'm hearing it on the drop, to be fair.
Yeah, I only ever heard it on a drop.
He's got
even
Nokia, take that what?
Yeah. That bar. So the thing was, yeah, I heard the instrumental like later on down the line, but I used to hear the bar early on. Stop that, get that, what? I used to hear that. That used to get a rewind all the time, yeah. But then later on, I ended up hearing it as a tune. And I used to fucking, I don't know, man. I used to just love this rhythm, bro. I used to love this rhythm. But I love you. Fucking hell.
Do you know how much memories I have just about this, Chuckie? Just about that. Everything. This guy was in my drama class when I was 14. We were at Anna Shares.
Is it?
Yeah. He was in our drama class. And I remember the time, and he was Dylan, but he was just a rude boy. Can't lie. Just a rebellious guy. And I remember, we were 14. And I remember the twins that were in the class, Luke and Leon. Shout out to Mixed Race Boys. Luke and Leon, my guys. Remember when they hit 16, 17? They're like, Poet. Now we're going to go, Dizzy Rascal's in our class. I'm like, nah, you weren't, bro. You would have known. Paul, Dylan was Dizzy Rascal. Nah, you're chatting shit. I'm sticking to you chatting shit. Because these days, all you had was the voice. If you know Heat FM, any other radio station,
you didn't know.
You didn't know what these niggas were like. Cool. I Love You comes out. Now, I Love You is available as a visual if you had MTV and press the red button and you can go interactive. Certain man didn't have that privilege.
I never had that.
My dad sold drugs. I had that privilege. I pressed the red button. When I saw him, I said, "But I had to phone him like, bro, boys, is him."
Yeah.
And just that progression, like that's when the first times, like I can't lie, even that sort of added to everyone's fuel in their fire to say that we can make it because that guy was legitly in our drama class, legitly by himself all the time. And then when you saw his progression to what he was doing, you're like, bro, no wonder he was by himself. He was a soldier. He was on a mission. He had things to do. And then everything about this project. I remember when David Blaine, do you remember David Blaine?
Yeah,
Said in
of
some
course.
fucking box for like a month.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I remember that. I went over there.
We went over there. We saw a boat. We see a boat and people are going mad on the boat. I'm like, who's this on the boat? Go home a week later. It's just a rascal. Remember we're shooting. It's just a rascal video.
Later on.
At the same time, David Blaine's up there.
Yeah.
So like, there was so much memorable moments around this for me. There's even more, bro. I just thought
Rascal was late after this though. That wasn't this album.
No. I'm saying to you, just Dizzy Rascal moving forward.
Forward.
Everything
Oh,
about,
okay, yeah.
everything about this guy. Oh my god! And even get that what?
Yeah.
That was the end part of. I think it might have been "I Love You" or the next single he released.
Yeah.
There was the second part of the video. Brother, Dizzy Rascal is just. I can't lie, man. He's the man.
It's you know what it is as well, yeah? It's the bars that I always like connect with the most because I was at the dances where he was spitting these bars, bro, and everyone was going I knew every single fucking line, bro. Like he was the rewind Don. Like anytime this Don was like spitting, bro, the Don was getting a reload every time, bro. Like every time. I'm not even gonna go into the Eskimo story, but like I've said it so many times, but yeah, so many of these bars are a part of this project. And big and serious, bro. Me always being an album person, I can honestly say that around them times, I weren't listening to much albums from UK artists, really. Like most of the albums that I was listening to were from US. But like, you know, Dizzy Rascal's got an album. I'm listening to that, bro. I'm listening to that. Because it feels like there was always something more special about something happening, not in my ends, because we weren't from the same ends, but it was local though.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I used to just love that. Like, you know what I mean? We've done a lot of Dead Man over there, but like, this is what's happening over here. You get what I'm saying? So I was just always on that. And I used to always like, I remember like when some of the man them used to kind of have a few things to say or whatnot, I used to always say, nah, but we fucking, like we got shit going on over here though. Like,
He opened up for Jay-Z, bro.
yeah, no.
I was there. I couldn't believe it. I paid to Jay-Z and all you hear is, tch, tch, I love you. I said, what's that? What's gone?
Yeah.
To me, when I was younger, he was gone though.
He was completely gone.
Like super gone.
Yeah.
This guy said, I'm never going to do fucking Top of the Pops. And then he got a Lucky Star with, he done a collaboration song called Lucky Star, and I saw him on Top of the Pops. And his tracks, he didn't even look like he wanted to be there. I was like, this guy is just, honestly, everything about Dizzy Rascal was just, it epitomized, I hate the word, use of the word, but the culture, he epitomized everything about it from the perspective of like an 18, 19-year-old. Even I Love You, the structure of the chorus doesn't make any, I don't get that. How you taught that structure.
Play it.
That boy sound pricky now. Just that's not a structure you've heard previously and said it don't make sense, but it's a banger. Nah,
bro, the production didn't make sense, but it did make sense. Do you get what I'm saying?
What was he listening to?
God knows.
This might be one of the greatest songs of all time. I'm sorry.
It's mad.
What was this guy on, brother?
Yeah, God knows, bro. God knows, bro. It changed everything. It changed everything, bro. And even just him putting out an album like this, like, I think even changed these guys, like, feeling like they could do that too. Does Home Sweet Home become as cold as it does without Boy in the Corner?
A good question.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
have a week gap.
what's up? Who? No, like Home Sweet Home is a year later.
Oh, a whole year.
It's a whole year later. Like that's all part of.
It wasn't the album.
Yeah, that's the next album, right?
No, this album. And the reason why I know that is because Crazy Shit sent for him.
Oh,
Crazy
Rascal's on this?
Yeah, remember when Crazy Shit sent for him? You're just an also silly also. No, it's on this album. Just the Rascal's on that album. So when David Blaine was doing that, I was
shit, yeah, fuck. Why do I keep thinking that is the next album?
No,
That's
it
mad.
wasn't. It was this album.
The production on that though. Do you know why I know? The reason why I thought that actually is because again it speaks to the production skill that he had, yeah, or that was even on this, because it feels as though the progression in the production
Yeah.
is like a thing that comes later.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
I
saying?
hear you. I hear you.
So
This
that's
you're
like-
talking about a very. This is
Bruv, the
why I can
production
say
on that is mad, you know.
Dizzy Rascal for me, he just reminds me of the footballer. Dizzy Rascal, to me, when I look at his career, is basically like if Mbappe goes Saudi Arabia. Just because when he done the pop stuff, I understand there wasn't enough of an infrastructure around for him to maybe continue this and grow. And obviously, what he done was sick because he made the name of Dizzy Rascal so big that the legacy of it so big that we can always go back to this album irrespectively. But that sort of, it's like what I said about Tiny Temper when he came out of that birthday project in 2015 or something like that. Just that particular sound, I always want to hear the progression of that sound. Because I think on the next album, he had a song called Respect Me. And I felt like Respect Me was the progression of this sound, essentially. And if you kept doing that, I wonder where it would be today. Do you know where I'm coming from? But you kind of had to be, he kind of had to sacrifice his whole shit just so all of us could have a better time today,
100%.
I guess. You know what I'm saying?
He had
so
to do that.
He had no choice.
Yeah,
And
he
it's
had
like,
to do that.
well, he did have a choice and he still,
Yeah.
So I'm just like, fucking hell, Dizzy, man. Thank you for doing that because it means that Scraps can go and get a big deal.
Yeah,
Shout out Colin
definitely.
Baxter, my guy. And it just means that Lions can go and do a film and it means that there's so much, I guess, that can live and exist today because of people like Dizzy Rascal. So
Yeah.
I have a huge appreciation for this guy.
Nah,
man.
definitely. You're right as well. Like, I think that, like, you know, him doing that opened the doors in so many different ways. And I think, you know, I used to hear him talk about, I think when it was a time when he opened up for Justin Timberlake, and it was like, that opened up his eyes to like, raw, like there's so many different types of people in his crowd and that, yeah. It opened his mind musically, I think, when he saw like what other people were doing and the responses that they were getting from it. And he did it, and he did it very well.
Yeah.
I think my only point maybe at a time was like, I feel like at the time I felt like it would have been good to feel like there was a balance from him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah,
like he went over there and then he just never came back. You know, like he saw like a different life
Yeah.
and a different world. Understandably, you're going and you're traveling to different countries and shit, and you're seeing everyone jumping and that. You're not used to seeing that. You're used to seeing a couple gun fingers and whatnot, and you know what I mean? But there's thousands of people in the festival. Remember, he was one of the early festival dons, you know?
Early,
He's
bro.
going and he's seeing people, the reaction and the response and that. But this is all hindsight now. It's like, if he would have come and ventured back a little bit at times, then for me, that would have fulfilled a certain piece of a musical satisfaction for me. Do you get me?
And I can see why when you take a look, when I listen to Respect Me, I hear the situations that he speaks about, like, without going into detail, we've spoken about here before, that things that happen to him maybe on this side. It's probably the reason why he said, fuck this, I'm just going over there. I actually fully get it. You know, I'm coming from, there weren't the day-to-day dangers, I guess, or the day-to-day stresses that you would have over here. You didn't have them over there because over here we're still growing and becoming what it is more of today. Do you know where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So, like, this guy's
Over there, to like, let's call a spade a spade. Over there, it just probably felt a lot more lighter. You get what I'm saying? A lot less
Stress-free.
stress-free. You know what I mean? Everyone's just there.
Richard
like,
Branson.
the worst. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The worst case scenario is that people are gonna fucking take a pill and die, but no one's gonna. It's not gonna be a complete madness and whatnot. Like, you know what I mean? I can see, I understand it, and then it's just, you know, all of the other things that he went through personally and stuff. I can see why that happened the way that it did still. But still, as a music fan, I would have always said, if you're asking me and you're asking my opinion, I'd say, nah, I hear that and I respect that, but can I just a little bit, just quickly?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I hear
If
you.
anything, it's if it's a fuck them man thing, they don't need to be there, but you can just come there and just, you know.
Do you know
what
what?
I
It can be that as well because they never really were there on this. So you're taking a look.
Nah.
Not many artists even today can have an album where it's just predominantly them, and it's just like
Yeah.
and this is what J. Cole does in his realm. He'll produce a whole album. He'll be on it. He'll hardly have any features. Like today, just to
wilding
survive
down
off
shit.
streaming alone, man, I got features from people they haven't even met.
Trust me.
So I credit him, man. Where's the mixed race girl from I Love You though? Is she alright? It's just a question.
Hey, it's a great question though. You know what I think about shit like that all the time? I randomly see someone in a music video or whatever, and I think, I wonder what they're up to now.
All
What are
the
they
time.
doing?
All
I
the
wonder
time.
where they are right now.
Like the girl in Ruben Stutter got a video. This is my story for 2004.
Oh my god.
There's a
bro.
girl in that video,
Go
bro.
to Ruben Studdard.
She
Ruben.
is sensational. The Browning.
You can do it here.
Oh my lord. I don't know what happened to her, and I hope she's okay. I really do.
RUBBEN
Ruben Stutter, come on, he won American Idol. He was the first nigga to
There
win
you
it.
go. What was the song called again?
Sorry for 2004.
Oh my god, I remember that.
I'm sorry. All right, we get it, Ruben. Come on. He took Donald Jones's hat, but there was a girl in this video. My brother.
Did that come out? Oh my god. Whatever happened to him? Where is he?
He lost weight. I'll tell you that.
Has he?
Yeah. This girl here? Where is she?
Oh, she's a cold
Where
one.
is she? Oh, I loved her, man.
She's a cold one.
Brother, I would have dropped it all for her. Look at the jumper. You know what I'm... What are you saying, brother? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, stop.
I would have said sorry to her as well, man.
Oh,
Trust me. But
shit,
yeah.
Ruben, you know.
Sorry, Chuck.
Did that come out around the time when that Don sang that "Fuck You" tune? Fuck you right now. What was his name again?
Oh.
Eamon.
Oh. Yeah.
Man has been one tune and gone, you know.
Listen, please, people, if you can, go onto Twitter, just type in Lippy speaking about this song and him breaking up with his girl. Lippy is arguably the genius of life.
Play it. Oh my god, blood.
Yeah. And then his girl released it. His ex
Oh yeah,
released
she
it.
did. She did a remix, didn't she?
But let's be honest, she was alright.
Yeah,
You know?
Frankie.
Remember
Yeah.
her name? My guy, you know? She was alright though. I used to hate these singers back in the day.
How did he get away with this? You know, this was like a big rhythm. You know,
It was
when
number
did
one.
this come out?
Valentine's.
07. I'll say it was like a few years afterwards. Alright, you can stop that.
Why you worry me so
You can stop
I do. Your trim was
now.
terrible. Sorry, Chucks. I know we went left.
No. But yeah, honorable shout out to Dizzy, that whole team, everyone that was a part of Boy in the Corner. Still music, flipping A2.
He did release.
Yes, he did. Got a song with M Huncho. Like, I love A2. Like, he's part of the crop of rappers that I really enjoy listening to. He has a habit of being here and then not being here. He's one of them guys. 1 minute he's here, then he's not. Then he's here, then he's not.
Annoying.
Yeah. Go Better. No, Go Getter. Sorry. With M Huncho. I like this.
It's a warmer. It's warming.
Yeah. I mean, this is he's putting something in the microwave.
It's warming.
He's putting something in the microwave. I know, like, he's gonna drop a project and I'm gonna enjoy it. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it anyway. Is there anything in particular we're looking from A2 at this point now?
Real growth. Because one thing when I listened to Go Getter, I listened to it a bit last night, I listened to it on the way here as well, is it has them typical elements that I like about A2, about it. But it's kind of maybe following on, because I'm a massive A2 fan.
Yeah.
I want to see some growth.
Right,
I want to
okay.
see something in a different direction. I want you to surprise me.
Right.
There's a couple of songs I can play off right now that remind me similar to this. And I'm just like, let's go elsewhere.
Okay. Nah,
Especially when you get M Huncho and I'm like, let's go elsewhere.
Right, okay, I hear you.
Not to say this ain't a good song, because I'm going to play it. It's just not like I'm not going to play it. But let's go elsewhere, A2.
Yeah, I'm with that. A2, I'm looking forward to whatever he's about to drop. Yeah, I'm looking to hear some growth. I'm looking to, there's definitely a lane for him. Do you know what I mean? I think all it is just being present and tightening or connecting with his fan base, finding a way to like fully connect with his fan base. Do you get what I'm saying? He's lucky that like he can disappear and then come back and he can do a show. People will still turn up for him and that. But I want to see him own it now. I want to see him really own it. But I'm looking forward to A2 coming back outside, man. There's a lot
100%.
happening, man. Giggs is coming back outside.
That's going to be interesting.
Giggs is coming back outside.
Some people came outside, no homo.
Huh?
Pause. Why?
Who? What do you mean?
Drake came outside
He's
on Travis
Utopia.
Scott's album.
Yeah, I've listened. It's pretty good, you know.
I'm not going to listen to it too much because that first song he done with Bad Bunny just made me go, Kanye West really sat on Drink Champs and spoke about how he wants to link up with Bad Bunny and do all of this stuff.
And then he did it.
First single is like,
Yeah.
But obviously he's influenced heavily by Kanye. I get it, whatever.
The whole thing sounds Kanye Tarated.
Fair enough.
It's got Kanye elements on it anyway.
But they've been fucking together. They've been fucking
Whoa.
with each other. Well, yeah, I know. They've been fucking with each
Why?
other. This is Kanye. They've been fucking with each other since Kanye's been with the bullheaded girl. What's her name again? Amber Rose. I remember when Amber Rose went on Twitter saying, he's just copying Travis Scott. So they are going to be very similar. But anyway, going back to the original point, Drake, why are you sending for Travis Scott? Not Travis Scott. Why are you sending for Pusha T? Like, you had no whole opportunity to send that second diss track out. For whatever reason, you didn't. So all of these sly jabs for me, for a man that knocked you clean out, and I love Drake, I just think it's a bit washed, bro.
I love Drake, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, I love Drake. He's the petty king. He admits it. Even Drake.
That's why
I love Mitch. Because Mitch showed me where he said in one tune, oh, fam, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Mitch, you remember, boy. Drake spoke about buying all of the, like, buying certain possessions in hip hop that people would love. He said, I plan to buy your most personal belongings when they up for auction. Man, truth be told, I think about it often. The petty king of the overseer of many things. Like, he said it, and then he went and bought the chains from Pharrell. He's going to melt them down. He said it in the song called, like, he's very calculated. And then on the day of the release, which was today, he announced that he bought Tupac's ring, the crown ring. So, like, he's very intentional and everything. But I'm like, I hear that.
You just say, just respond, bro. And
but
directly.
Bro, Pusha T has got one song for me, which is your one loss. You're not Mayweather because of Pusha T. And I feel like you have the ability, because this ain't boxing.
Yeah.
You can turn it around because you never responded. So essentially, you've won that. He's won that round because you haven't responded. But if you're going to do all these petty responses, for me, it's never going to equate to you winning that round. So, like, it's either you release the diss track or just allow it. Because you saying, I bought your jewelry and I'm going to melt it down. Who cares? Like, he absolutely bodied you, bro. He made you bring... Your pickney is on everything. We all know you got a pickney now. That's all because of Pusha T. Let's not pretend it's not. So all of these sly jabs for a man that knocked you out in a rave in front of everyone, personally, I'm not interested. Do what you got to do, Drake.
I hear it still, but I do like the jabs and that as well. I can't lie. Because I just think, you know what, like, in his head, he will probably believe, I can respond and I can do a madness or whatever. I just think, you know what, you got to just take that as the... You see, like, the same, like, the Chip and the Bugsy thing and that. It's like, you know what, man, respect, man, and whatnot, but you know what, you can just hold it as a loss. We all kind of know it. We just all move forward and boom, bang, bing, yeah? I think it's the same sort of thing. We all kind of know that you lost that one. This was a big revelation. Pusha did some stuff and whatnot. You hold the L, but you know what? You can still do your petty thing, though. I'm not mad at the petty. I'm just not mad at it.
But you lost.
Yeah, but still keep going, though.
No, but to do it to everybody else, I don't care. But you had a track that you came out and said was this and that and the other, but we don't get that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Because someone told you you can't release it.
Yeah, I remember.
But you're just gonna do these little sly, I bought your boss's chains. Like, that is, for me,
you
just
don't like
on
it
a
at
life
all.
level, if that was my brethren, I'd be like, brother, he punched you up. Allow it. Unless you're going back to smack him up, just allow it, bro. Like, all of this is washed. There's so much other people you can send for. You sending these sly digs here about you bought your boss's chain, none of them care.
No,
Like,
I think that's the point. They don't care.
You cared. When he sent that thing for you, you cared.
Yeah.
And you responding right now, you care. But they don't care. So for me, this is washed.
I understand.
For me, this is washed.
I understand.
If Pusha T responds and I go, okay, fair enough. But Pusha T's out here not even responding to Jim Jones. So, like, if you're gonna, because Pusha T's thing is, when I step out, I'm stepping out in it. I'm gonna knock someone's head off.
Do a mad thing.
So unless you're trying to do that, just keep collecting bras and making girls famous with Playboy. Because this thing stinks to me.
No, I understand. I hear that still. And look, I don't have a rebuttal to that because it just is what it is. But I guess, I don't know why, I just like when Drake is saying stuff that I just know, when he's just getting things off his mind. I don't know, like, even though he's lost, you're right, bro. Like, I don't have a rebuttal, but I just like it.
Nah, man. I'm sorry.
I just like it, bro.
It's when Rafa Benitez went at Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Saying, and his wife came out and said, oh, every time Rafa comes, he always has to clean up Jose's mess. One, that wasn't true. Jose is the winner. So you're sending these little digs, and then Jose says to the missus, you should be more concerned with your husband's eating habits. Get him on a diet plan. Like, this is like, come on, bro. Like, this is what we're on. We're on just knocking man's head off. Let's knock. When we're going at each other, you watch Filthy Fellas. Knock man's head off or just allow it.
I think this is the thing. The thing is here, is that I think it's because we know that Pusha doesn't really care. And like, no one over there does really care. So it doesn't feel like whatever he's saying is going to penetrate in any way. because if anything, this goes to what you're saying. If anything, it probably the more that you poke that pause, why, is the more that you show that you're. Is the more that you show that you're upset. Is the more that you show that you're hurt.
You mean whilst he's cussing Jim Jones in Paris,
Yeah.
you're still cussing him on Travis Scott's album when Travis Scott was meant to do Egypt, but the day before he didn't go, and Mitch and Pep are still there. This all stinks to me.
I know, it smells
what's
bad.
going on?
It smells bad.
This is bad.
But I still like it though.
I respect that.
I still like it. And I'm like, Drake, you know what? Do it a couple of more times, but after that, just allow it now. If he's not going to say that, because if Pusha does come back out, he's going to come back outside swinging.
Swinging, bro. And for a man that doesn't really do much and doesn't act like he's the hard one and all of that, for him to come out swinging like that and everyone's scared to swing back.
Now, Pusha does go on like he's a fucking, some type of
when he's
mafia
out.
boss.
Yeah, but when he's out. But apart from that, he's just coasting.
Jim Jones is saying, right, he's lying as well.
Yeah, but
He's saying, right, this Don's talking about, like, it was your manager, my G.
everyone's saying that. Everyone keeps
But
saying
you know what?
that.
It's music. I'm not even mad. Can I be honest with you? I'm not even mad at Pusha doing that.
Oh, I love Pusha.
Because let me tell
I
you
love
this,
Pusha.
yeah? Even if Pusha's lying, bear man lie anyway, just make it convincing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and for years, I was convinced that Pusha T was El Chapo. And I'm okay with that.
But wait, why are you saying it like you're not convinced anymore? Everyone's saying he's lying. Where's the proof? Well, I'm just going to take Jim Jones' word for it. I love
Yes.
Jim Jones.
Yes.
So I'm not just going to take Jim Jones' word
Yes.
for it. I don't know him.
I
I like
don't.
Pusha.
Huh?
I like Pusha. And for me, he has shown me nothing to say that this is a lie. All I've got to say is a lie is Jim Jones emotionally upset.
Nah, do
and
you know
Drake
what?
emotionally upset. Let me see someone that's not emotional about the situation say nothing. Because no one says anything.
Now, a couple of his dons that have been close to him have kind of said, like...
I saw.
But you know what? I don't care. I don't care, innit? Like, I don't care. I liked it
It's
when he was
convincing.
saying what he was saying, innit? And maybe, do you know what? Maybe he might have sold a little, you know what I mean, a little one thing. It might not have been bricks and that. It might have been a young 20. It might have been a young 20.
And he might have just
You know.
built up the exaggeration. But you know what? My whole thing
cool,
is this.
man. That's what
If
rap's about, to be honest.
But if that is, sorry to cut you, if that's the actual, like, Achilles heel, why is it not hurting him?
He don't care, bro. He don't care. Where else? Oh, aliens, quickly.
We have to talk about this, bro.
Have you been seeing that? And
Can
if
I send
do,
you
can
the-
put something on the thing?
Oh, the UFO thing.
Well, so apparently someone testified under oath.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see.
Can I show you? I sent it to you, Chuck.
Go on.
I sent it to you in the chat.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you said to me aliens. So there's a story about. I put the story in about it.
Oh, let me just see.
It's the one where I said alien reference.
So what is it about? Like, you explain to me. What are they saying?
It's funny, isn't it? Because like, yeah, when did I speak about this last? Like a year and a half, 2 years ago, when I said to you that basically the news in the States during COVID announced that there are UFOs and they have UFOs.
Yeah.
They announced it on television in the midst of everyone
see
worrying
it.
about a cold that we don't worry about no more.
Right. Yeah.
I was wrong, innit?
Yeah.
You know I'm gonna keep throwing this in you lot's faces, man. Get over it, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You seen it, yeah?
Yeah.
So then that came about, and I was just like, "Raw, I wonder what the next part of the conversation is gonna be." Then loads of pilots about 3-4 weeks ago were coming out and just saying, "This is just a common occurrence." They were like, loads of people told us not to say nothing, but we're all coming out now. They said that they saw off the coast of, is it Canada or at the Antarctic or something like that? You saw aliens ships on a regular basis. On a regular. You just saw UFOs on a regular, but they just said, in the end, it was just like, oh, there's a UFO. Carry on with your life. The military said this. Or multiple people coming out in the military said it. Then I just see some massive conference. And there's a guy with, he's almost saying it, saying, what the fuck am I doing? But fuck it, I'll go for it. Like there's conviction, but there's something in his voice that lets him know that I could be in problems if I do this. And the woman he's speaking to is trying to downplay it. Here, right, this guy here. And the way he's talking about it, brother, like, he's not fronting. Like, he's basically saying, big man, there's aliens, there's UFOs out here. And when the woman said, oh, but the pilots that you recovered, are they human or non-human? Don's like, they're non-human. And they're like, so can we talk about this? No. He's like, I don't want to go into no detail, but this is what's going on. This makes me very, very excited.
Okay.
Excited.
Yes.
Yeah, it excites me as well. Oh, I've got questions.
Why
by
are you
the way.
shook over a situation that clearly has been happening for a long period of time, but we're still here doing this podcast?
Listen.
I feel like we're safe.
This is not, if this is true, this is not a new thing. Okay. Do you want to play anything? Because I got questions.
Just play some of it so you can hear, because I want you to hear the conviction in his voice.
Intelligence.
He's not mucking about.
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Now pause. Do you hear what I say when I say he's saying it, but he's almost like he doesn't want to say it because it's like there could be problems after this.
Repercussions.
He's giving you the Vooch smile.
Yeah.
You know, you see white people on the street and they look at you. That's the smile. That's the no lip smile.
My first thing is this.
Go true, Chucks.
So, this UFOs thing. By the way, I just want to just like start this by saying I don't believe that it's just us in this big old fucking universe. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Right. Now, this UFOs things that they're talking about and that, yeah, I do have one question on the flip side of it. How do we know that it's not Kim and them man?
What Kim? Kim Kardashian?
Jong-un and them man, they're over this side trying to find out what's going on. How do we not know it's not them man? You think them man don't have the sophistication to be able to just, you know what I mean? And then try and infiltrate and have a look and see what's going on over here. Now all of a sudden reporting this as UFOs. These times it's King Jong-un and them man there.
No.
That's one. My second question is this. If they do have UFO bodies or non-human bodies and that, yeah? If it's a non-human body, this is how my mind works. If it's a non-human body, are you telling me it died? Humans die. A non-human body or something that is non-human may not die. So what do you mean you got a non-human? Like in what form? What is it doing? Is it dead or is it alive doing some stuff? Because you can't tell me that a fucking non-human thing has died and gone to heaven. I'm not hearing that.
Well, I spoke to someone yesterday. They were going to send me the articles. They haven't sent me as of yet. But the people from the military have said this life form is far more advanced than us.
Yeah, so it's not dead. They wouldn't die.
Far more advanced. So to the point where in which like they don't want no problem. They just come here, observe and go about their business.
Gone.
This is what they said, that they come here, observe what's going on
And gone.
go about their business. So that they're very, very, very advanced.
How did they capture it? It couldn't die. Surely it ain't
I don't
dead.
know. I just know that obviously the alien thing is kind of my thing. There's another video. I should actually send it to you. I'll send it to you. Maybe you can put it in. Of a alien sighting in Mexico, in the border of Mexico, America, a month ago. And the alien was in the man's backyard. And I can't lie to you. I've seen so many of these alien videos.
Well, getting them cocaine.
So many of them.
Cocaine.
And it looks bare fake. See that one right there?
Yeah.
I had to message them and say, invite him on the podcast. Me and Chuckie got a couple of questions we want to ask him.
Yeah. Look, I believe that there's some extra shit going on around here, whatever else, yeah, but I don't know, like, and I do know that someone knows some shit and something's happening, but my mind goes in overdrive when someone says a non-human body, because when you tell me a non-human body, then I start having to think about non-human things. A human thing, well, actually, obviously animals die, all these type of things die, whatever, yeah, but like something that is extraterrestrial may not die. It might just not die. Or their concept of death is different. Their concept of death might be alive. What we see is alive.
I hope not, man. I mean, this is already confusing as it is. Why add to it? Fucking hell, let's make it nice.
Yeah, but it's nuts though. It's nuts. But you know what? Like one day we're gonna find out. Like one day we actually are gonna find out a small element of truth. I'm being serious now. One day we'll find out a small element of truth, and it will be interesting to see what that truth looks like. I don't know. I'm a cynic in it, and I do kind of like question a lot of things. But I'm like, they know something, and I don't know why we're not being told. Maybe scare tactics, maybe control, maybe money. I don't know what it is, yeah. But something's happening, and someone knows about it, and I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad. I like it. I'm excited. I just want to know: are they in the Bible?
Aliens. EA will know.
EA? Are aliens in the Bible? In the Quran?
No, basically.
So then, like, do it. Because obviously, man's a believer in God, and I believe God created all. So why didn't God tell someone about aliens? Make us aware. Why is there no awareness of the situation that happens to be life form when I believe God created all life form? And these aliens are right now chilling with the Americans, playing chess, watching Messi.
Do you know what though? Can I be honest?
This is not fair.
But do you know what? This is the next thing as well, yeah. Sometimes the Americans do make me sick though. It has to be America, isn't it? Yeah, there's this whole thing that's going on, yeah, that's got nothing to do with us, but somehow the Americans are in the mix of it. Fuck off with that. I don't know about that. Man. They do a lot. They do a lot.
Yeah, but the Russians
look how America is built anyway, off of pure fuckery.
I hear you. I reckon the Russians know. But you see the way Vladimir's got the thing set up over there. It's like, this is our business. We don't have to tell everybody. See the Americans, they are the marketing geniuses.
That's true.
The way that America is marketed is like it's the place that you need to go, and it's the place with the most effort. So they just use loads of these things to entice and to. So I believe this is all happening, and I believe that everyone knows, but I believe the Americans use it to advertise America. So of course they're going to tell you. That's true. They're always going to tell you about everything that's happening over here.
That's true. Well, I mean, I've always thought that there was aliens that were living amongst us anyway, or like something that was not like, I don't care enough. But I said this in another pod as well, that like, I believe when I go to Oxford Street, I believe that 20% of the people that are there are not real.
Serious?
I've genuinely believed that.
So you believe the woman on the plane the other day in the States that ran to the middle of the plane and said, "Not real!" At the back was talking about an alien.
Nah. I don't know if I believe. Yes!
That's my brother.
Yes, I believe her. Right.
Where you at, baby? Her. Come here. Come
yeah,
to the couch.
I do believe her. I do believe her. Her intuition kicked in and that's what she saw and that's what she felt. And I'm with her. So I believe, I believe that. How do I don't know. I believe that I actually believe that there are some people here that turn a corner and disappear. I believe that.
Oh, after speaking to Young Spray, so do I.
Honorable shout out to Spray.
Spray told me he can phone his cousin in another country and we can make a bottle in this room move.
What?
Exactly. But we'll move on to that another day. Back to aliens.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Do you reckon you've met one without knowing?
Yes. In Oxford Street or
that
somewhere.
Is mad,
Probably
bro.
Carnival. Like anywhere where there's been millions of people.
There's definitely aliens.
I've walked past someone that is not real. Anywhere where there's been a lot of people, I have walked past something that is not real. I'm not going to say something that is not real. And look, bro, let me tell you something. If I was in charge of this, I would be doing that. I would put something down there and test it amongst human beings. I would do that. Of course I would. Let's go and see how it let's see if we can make this thing so sophisticated that even if somebody bumps into that thing, that it can turn around and say, "Sorry, mate. Sorry." Give it a bit of, you know what I mean? I would do that.
Listen, aliens, if you really are advanced, that means you know everything that's going on now. You've seen us all the multiple discussions. Why can't you make one appearance? Joe Rogan, Gasworks, HC. Why can't you make one appearance and just chat to us quickly and then go about your business?
Right.
Because I'm watching the world today. I'm seeing wildfires happening in random places. I'm seeing mad heat waves. I'm hearing that it's going to be one of the coldest winters. I'm seeing all of these things that I look at in the Bible and other religious books, and they say at the end of days, that fish that's meant to be really, really long, and every time you see it in Japan, it means there's going to be a natural disaster. And now aliens. Do you know what? Since no one knows what's going on, you man must. Come here.
Come and sit on the couch.
I asked Dele Ali, he didn't even want to sit next to Gary Neville. I'm asking you now, aliens, to come here.
What's wrong with you, bro?
A bag of things, man.
Have you got any howlers?
Come on. The grass is green.
Strong.
And howlers are here.
Strong.
First of all, I'd like to tell the Chinese to get out of Jamaica. I've had enough. I understand this is rich coming from a man that's been there twice, but this is just not our thing. This is your thing. I've seen the Vice documentary. I'm not saying something that I don't know. I've even worked on a couple Vice documentaries where they went to a particular part of China and there was a delicacy that they like to eat. This doesn't happen in Jamaica. We see them walking, we ignore them. They're apparently a man's best friend, and for you lot, you won't eat them. I'm not on it.
What's that?
History me tell me I look on life. Watch my China friend. Dog them I eat. You know what I mean? Yeah. Real life dog. This are in a Jamaica. This are not China. Yeah. Yeah. Taka. Gooda. Eh? Gooda.
Whoa, that is nuts.
Whoa, what is from money? Understand? Yeah. This is all trying to deal with dogs in Jamaica. You know what I mean?
Oh
Some
my
people
God.
try to lock up on the dog. If you see them start missing, you know what going on.
When they start going missing. Dogs have, a lot of the dogs in Jamaica have got rabies in that, which is crazy.
Well, I hope that the Chinese get rabies for eating the dogs.
Oh, poet.
The ones that eat them. Why should I go kind on them? You're going to the country. Not only are you making these stupid little toll things where Jamaicans now have to pay God how much money for go to certain parts in Jamaica. Not only are you making houses that the Rastaman have to burn down because you said no Jamaican and black people allowed in it. These times it's in Jamaica.
That's nuts.
Now you want to eat dog. And I must sit here and just be cool with all of this. This is not dedicated to all Chinese people. I don't know all of you lot. There's like 2 billion of you. And I can't know all of you. But you see the ones that are in the country that I love. The ones that are in the country that I'm from. I've only been there twice, but I'm from there.
Oh.
I would like you lot to leave. Leave. If you can't come to... Because I know I can't go China and go bad. I can't go China and tell man what to do.
You must be crazy.
So how the hell are you coming in Jamaica and telling us what to do?
You must be mad.
You must say mad. Skilly, I need you to make the whole of Jamaica Spanish town for one day and get rid of these Chinese people that want to eat dog. Please.
To be fair though, we shouldn't.
That, huh?
To be fair, we shouldn't eat oxtail though, because that is kind of mad still. But
Do you know what?
like
I don't.
Oxtail.
I'll leave that to you. I don't eat oxtail.
Oh, don't you? I do still.
As I got older, I realized I'm eating a tail.
Of
I
the
said
ox.
to my mum,
Of
this
the
doesn't.
ox.
All right. How can I trust somebody that eats a tail? They're also telltales. And there's another tale I can tell you lot right now. Of my favorite singer, my second crush. It started off with Beyonce. J-Lo was third. And in between was a woman that told you the boy was hers. And I didn't believe it belonged to Brandy. I believe it belonged to Monica.
Right.
She was at a show. And somebody thought. I mean, first of all, to do it anyway stinks. But when you're going to go and do it in front of Monica, you have to understand, this is a real rude girl. What am I talking about? Yes. In Detroit, at Monica's show, a man tried to lay his hand on a woman.
What?
At the show. Well, let me show you what Monica done.
Don't you hit her like that. Listen. Listen, if y'all don't get that nigga up out of here, won't he? Hey, you ain't no lady like that, nigga. You out your fucking mind? Say it.
Yes, Monica, she came off the stage. She activated. Listen to the crowd roar. This is what we like to see.
Yeah, you gotta get
You
him
ain't
the
trying to hit
fuck
no...
out of there.
Get the fuck out, man.
You gotta get him the fuck out of there.
Monica set pace. I like that.
Yeah, that's.
I like
Do
that.
you know what? I love that.
I love you. You know what? I love that. You're right, Mr. Liker. I love that. Cut you on.
That is
You're
crazy.
an idiot in the first place, and you think you have the arrogance and the horror. You're an idiot.
That is crazy. So do you know what? And
You're an
see,
idiot.
that person did that at a whole live show. So imagine what goes on behind closed doors.
Behind closed.
It's mad.
Listen,
do you know what
darling,
the saddest thing? Sorry, go on.
if you are watching, nobody go back to the man there. They don't deserve you. You're a queen. You're an empress. You're everything that we want in life. And you see that guy? All I'm just saying is my dad told me about how some of you men are treated in prison. I hope you enjoy.
I hope that that isn't a man that she lives with either, because the problem is, yeah, see if somebody could be that confident and so brazen to do that in front of everyone like that, yeah. Now that he's been embarrassed and shamed, she's got to go home with this clown. So now he's now gonna project his embarrassment and his shame on her behind closed doors, and you know what that looks like. So I hope that that isn't the case. Do you know what I mean?
I also hope further he's not a father. Because
Yeah,
a father is a
exactly.
great responsibility that a man that's willing to do them type of things never, ever even
No.
had the honor of having. Makes me sick. All you're doing is...
Castrate that blood clot.
Listen, we've got people in our life that are making us spend how much money on gas. We already have a bag of idiots in the world. We don't need no more. So please, stop all of that, man. This is another thing I want to stop. I want to put a stop, and you know, I'm part of it, so it's kind of crazy what I want to say. English media.
Go.
Thank you. This is a question for Gislan Shabak. In Morocco, it's illegal to have a gay relationship.
Oh, God.
Do you have any gay players in your squad? And what's life like for them in Morocco?
Sorry.
So let me get this straight, Englishman. Englishman. This young lady, remember, football for women has not been a sport that I believe is got the respect it got in the past that it gets today.
No.
So they've had to go through several battles as it is. Now they're at the point where it's a sport where they're making huge amounts of money. They're on FIFA. They're respected individuals within the game. Loads of different people from the men's game are covering the female game. So they've had to get through a lot to get to where they are today.
Yeah.
So they've had to deal with politics anyway. So I feel now they deserve a smooth ride. Let's talk about the football. Let's talk about how to make it better. Let's talk about how to engage more girls into football. Let's talk about everything to do to grow the game. This is the World Cup. But the English media use it as a way to try and shit on North Africa, Morocco. Now, I could go into so many reasons why the English should shut the fuck up. But this is what I will say, English media. And I'm a part of it. Dance a yard before you dance abroad. Stop using the one thing you have in the Western world that you feel you do so well to shit on other people. Because you know what you do really badly? Take care of Jamaicans. Windrush. We're the first people to come here to come and repair the blood clot thing in the first place. Racism within your police force happens quite frequently. Why are we not discussing that? Big man, the gas is 900 million after 6 months. Why are we talking about Morocco? What's Morocco got to do with anything? English media, stop avoiding the mirror. Look in it, my brother. It's a shit paper, and also it's a reflection of who you are. If you want to change things here first and then move on, I'm all for that. But this Christopher Columbus CC mentality, fuck that email, bro. Start looking in the mirror, start changing this country, and stop worrying about what's happening elsewhere. Because all now, we have Spanish Town in Jamaica, and I don't know why. Because no one there's Spanish.
Yeah, the British are so, like, they are so hell-bent on bringing, like world politics into these scenarios from a place of a moral high ground. I hate that. You know, like, they stand here on this moral high ground and bring up these political elements from that place. I hate that. I hate that. I hate it that they do it from this place of we are right and everyone else is wrong. And everyone needs to catch up to us. This whole like Western, I mean, look, let's be clear here. There's certain parts of, you know, Westernization that I like. But you know what? That there is not the place or even the motivation to do that. Like, that's the wrong place to have that type of motivation to do that. It's mental. It's mental. You're not doing it on some greater good thing. This is about you.
It's agendas.
Yes, exactly.
And this is what I'll say, English people, because sometimes you want to watch this podcast and be upset with me. You can't. It's mine. With Chuckie. There's nothing you can say. We're black. Second thing I will say to you is this. Your history of England is built upon fuckery. That has nothing to do with me. So when I point it out and I say this is disgusting, if you go against me, for me, you're saying you want me to credit you for what you've done in the past. But I don't want to credit you for throwing back my uncles to Jamaica. I don't want to credit you for that. I want to let you know what everything that's grown in life, the foundation is the most important part. So the foundation of this country is every. Until you change that, little things like give the bloody people them jewels back, all them jewels on the cap, the king's crown. It's not, there's no gold in this country, my nigga. There's no diamonds or anything in this country. You've stolen it. Until you give everyone their stuff back, shut your mouths, fam. Sky News, whoever you are, shut up. You've got paedophiles presenting good morning shows for how many years? And you want to chat about Morocco? You've got man in the BBC, paedophile for years, and you want to chat about Morocco? You got people in the flipping royal family touching up kid picnic for years. What they do, they don't even get a slap on the wrist. The most they get is don't do that again. And you want to chat about Morocco? I say it again. Nobody hate me. Just dance a yard before you dance abroad. That's all I'm asking.
Listen, my G.
Come on.
We got some things to discuss. Got a couple of things to do. Thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah. Until next time. Love.